Welcome to another video, guys. I've got an iPhone 6 here with no Wi-Fi, so in the Wi-Fi menu, if we go into here, it'll be grayed out, and you can't click on it. It's not there. And if we go into our settings, it'll have no Wi-Fi address, and sometimes it has no Bluetooth, but this one has a Bluetooth address. It just doesn't have the Wi-Fi. It says NA, as you can see there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it down and see if we can fix it for you. And hopefully you can fix your own Wi-Fi IC. So we'll see exactly what this is and get back to you in a second. Okay, so the board's out. So we've got the board out now. Gonna look at this Wi-Fi and see what's going on there. So I'll put you over to the microscope. And I'm just going to lift this. I'm just going to lift this up, the sticker up, and just see if anything is shorted there before I go ahead and take that Wi-Fi IC off. Have a bit of a probe around there first. So I'll just, because sometimes the Wi-Fi gets shorted on one of the Wi-Fi lines, the transmit receive lines or some other line. So I just want to make sure that it's not happening here before we go and take the chip off for no reason. So let's just have a look here. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to probe a couple of things here and see what result we get. So this one here, we want to just peel that back, and we're just going to check. I'm pretty sure it's a inductor, but we need to check to see if there's a short here, because sometimes there is. So we'll just bring up ZXW and have a look at some of those lines. I'm going to get a Bluetooth adapter for my multimeter, so you'll be able to see on screen what's happening with that. So I'll pop you over to ZXW. We'll have a look at the iPhone 6 schematic or board view. And we'll go over to here and we'll just have a look over here. Okay, so that, yeah. So this C5201 RF seems to go short sometimes. What else have we got here? Most of the time with these, it's a dead Wi-Fi or a bad Wi-Fi IC. So I'll just chuck the multimeter on beep mode, and I will just check a few of these values to make sure. What do we got here? So that's our VCC main cap. Yeah, I would say the Wi-Fi is gone on this, because normally if the Wi-Fi has, if Wi-Fi hasn't gone, you'll get a short around the Wi-Fi. Usually around this cap here, this RF cap. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off and install a new one. Okay, so we've got our Quanley crescent here, our little half moon. I'm going to go about 200 degrees, and I'm just going to go in and remove this overfill. So basically we're just going to let it warm up a little bit, and we're just going to run along here. So with this underfill, it's or overfill, it's quite thin and not too hard to get off, even though it looks quite hard, where some of them look soft but are actually hard. So as you can tell, that just flaked away then. So the main objective is to get it off around the caps, and so when you lift the IC, you don't get any problems with caps going flying and so forth. Like that little one there likes to go, you can see that one, yeah, that little one on the end there, that likes to go flying sometimes if you don't scrape away this. So it's not a massive job, so that should do it there. And what I'm going to get me is my little it's a little CPU remover tool, and I'm going to pop it under here, and I'm going to work this area here. So I can go back a bit. I'm going to stick a little bit of flux around here. Bring it up to around 350 for this. Make sure our coins are covered up. I'm just going to push that in there like that. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here like that. I'm going to go slow up, and then I'm going to release, and that's it. Okay. And that was a pretty good pull. There's no pull pads at all, if you can see. There's some dry spots there, but there's no actual pull pads. So that's good. So that chip can go to the side. Now I'm just going to let this cool down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to get my tool. I'm going to run over this now with me soldering iron. So I'll put a bit of flux down. So what I want to do is I want to try and get those pads and make sure that they've all been tinned with leaded solder, and make sure they're flat. So I'm going to flatten them in a sec as well. So I'm just going to turn my fume extractor on, because this gets a bit and I'm going to work this heat like that. Trying to stay away from everything else. Okay, so that'll do for that. And I'll grab some solder wick. I'll just come in a little bit. You'll find it hard to see. I might just come in just to do this bit. It makes it a bit harder for you guys, I know. Now with this, you don't want to go too hard. You just want to put enough pressure on it, just to take the solder off, and not just move any pads or destroy any pads. Or move any capacitors. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to clean this up now, because it looks like a giant mess, doesn't it? But watch this. A little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to get our other tool from Quan Lee, which you can pick up at Union Repair. It's like a little scraper. And we're going to go and come in here about 100 and... actually might come in a little bit closer. It actually looks closer on the monitor than it does down in the microscope, so I've just got to be careful when doing this, because it's quite easy to pull pads, remove capacitors, all of the above. Okay, you can see there. So we're just going to turn that around now. And we're just going to work this side. I'm trying to accommodate you guys as well, but at the same time not mess it up by changing the way I do it, coming in close. So you can see there's a couple of loose caps there, which we'll fix in a second. So that it's quite common that they come up. So what we'll do now, it's all good. I'm just going to go around where the caps are, and we're just going to solder them on. So realistically, we could just pop a little bit of flux down there, and then reheat that and give them a little helping hand down. So we'll see that once we see the solder start to melt, we'll know that that's melted, and that. That should be it now. Okay, then let it go hard. Come back. Okay, let it cool down a little bit. Now, I might just go around here with the lower heat and just make sure that they're all still attached. Only takes a second. Sometimes you get away with not doing what I just did, but sometimes you don't, depending. Alright, so it's pretty good. So he's on, it's all good. Let's clean this up. Some more alcohol. Now there's one pad there, if you can see it, there's one pad there that's not happy, and it'll need attention before we stick a chip down. Can anyone see it? Or tell me what it is? Put it in the comments. Okay, it's all good. So this pad here is the one I was talking about. I'm sure you guys all got it. So it just needs a bit of a shine up, because as you can tell it looks a bit duller than the others. So it's a little bit oxidized, so we're just going to scratch it back to make sure it's got good contact. Okay, and what I might do is I might just run over this IC while I got it off and just see if it's got any shorts to ground or anything that looks a bit funny. So I'm just going to have a look on here. We'll go on to there's our ground pins there. So let's just make sure that nothing's shorted to ground before we go any further. So yeah, that's ground, obviously. Don't turn off multimeter. We don't want you turning off. There should be one across there. One there, one there. One here. Turn that off. One on the end there, which there is, and that one there says it's short, but it's not short. It's just low. Yep. And there's one next to it. Yep. And that meter's just turned off. This meter, great meter, which you can't see, but it's an Owen B35T, but it does turn itself off when you're using it, which kind of is stupid. So yeah, basically you guys missed that. So all I did was run along here and compared notes with ZXW, and just to find all the ground pins, and that's all ground obviously. And if there's anything, any grounds that's so there's 3 along there, and those 2. That one there is just low resistance. It's not shorted, and that's a ground pin there. And there's 3 here, which I didn't see on this on ZXW, but there is, so that's all good. So everything's looking good there. So I would say let's put a chip on this iPhone 6 and get a new IC. There we go, a little baggie here. There's a few in here, so let's see if there's any that don't need reballing or do need reballing. Probably all need reballing. I think I had yeah, let's just reball it. Let's just reball it. And that way we know we're safe. So a little bit of flux down. This is how I reball. Pretty much like everybody else. So I love working with a bit of music. If you ever need a fume extractor, one of these Bofa 250s, oh my god, so good. Sometimes I wear a mask as well, depending on if I'm doing like a GPU reball or something like that, where there's a lot of smoke. I'll wear it, which is here. So I whack this on my face, but just for the smaller jobs, it's probably not necessary. That Bofa does a really good job of capturing all of the smoke. I'm just going to pat it down, get it nice and clean. Yep, that looks alright. Get the stencil, which is this one here, A8. Just going to dry this area off. So those 4 pads there, they're just these ones here, they're just a bit dirty, that's all. Not being cleaned off properly with the solder, but all good. So let's whack our stencil on. Needs a clean from the last time I used it. No surprises there. You think cleaning a stencil would be top priority, but once you do heaps and heaps of these, it's really not. You sort of lose interest in cleaning the stencils. I should really just stick them in the ultrasonic, but I'm I can't even do that because I'm usually using them now. Okay. Why isn't this lining up? There we go. It's all lined up. I'll see if I can pull it up a bit. There we go. Turn that down a bit. Bring it out a bit. Alright, so we hold that in place. We get our solder paste. We stick it on a little bit, get a little bit more. Can't see through there, so I'll use this. Alright, so now get rid of the excess. Alright, and I might just give that a, I don't usually, but I'll give it a bit of an extra cleanup. Okay, and time to heat. About 270, 280 now. I'm not even pushing down on this. I'm just going to let it do its thing. There we go. We're popping now. All looking good. I'm just holding it, I'm not pushing down. Now you can get tricked by trying to lift that too soon, and then you end up having a chip that's got missing pads on it. So what we're going to do now is just give it an extra little bit of love. Makes them all line up after the stencil, and we can see two have joined down there. So what we can do is just come in. I'll use this to unjoin them. So that can happen. Come down nice and close, like that. What shall I use? Actually, I might use this, because this has already got solder on it. So I'll use this. There you go. Look at that. No need to reball that. Bang. Perfect. Alright, so he's done. I see, you can see there. Looking pretty happy with himself. Icy says, I'm ready to go on. I'm ready to go on, Dad. Just put me on. So, we're just going to... the best way to do this, I've tried to do many different techniques. The best way to installing a new IC on is low temperature, get some flux on where you want to go, just like this. Make sure you can see. Make sure your chip doesn't fly off. Put it all around like this, not too much, just enough. Okay. Now I use a cotton bud, and I basically just dab it onto the rest of the pads like this. And what that does, that holds the chip in place nicely for you, and it also doesn't put too much on there, because you don't really need a lot of flux to get the chip to seat properly. So chip's going to go on. I'm pretty sure it goes this way. To the dot at the bottom there. Now I wonder if if we can we tell on ZXW which way that goes? Let's have a look. So ZXW, come closer in, and one's down the bottom, as you can see there. So, yep, dots down the bottom. So what we'll do now is we'll just make it so you can see. Go around 330, 340, 350, whatever suits for you, whatever works for you. And then look at where the chip lines up, because there's no markings on it. So I normally just come straight across from here and go, okay, that's the last one, that's the last one, down over here, and go straight on like that, and hold it there for a sec. Like that. And now I'm gonna just work it, and it will find its way usually. Just like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give it a little slight tap. Give it a little bit more flux under there. Okay. It keeps going out of. There we go. Come back a bit. Now we're just waiting for this to sit down nicely. Okay. Looks pretty good like that. We'll just double check it. Make sure it got to reflow, which it looks like it did. Because they're such big pads, they don't seem to want to bounce back like a normal IC. So a normal IC, it would bounce back and you'd see that jiggle. But with the Wi-Fi ICs, I don't tend to see a lot of the jiggles all the time. Also, depending on how big the solder is on the pads. So let's just have a look here, see if you can see. So yeah, she's looking pretty on there. So let's have a look. So that's good. Around there's not much of a gap. Let's see if we can get that's looking pretty good. I think that's a goer, so I'm just going to clean that up now. Clean it up. Well, it's nice and hot. Get that little bit over there. Come on, we can't have that little tiny bit left on there. You've got to come off that. Sorry. Good Wi-Fi. So now she's looking pretty snazzy. So what we'll do now is just get rid of the excess isopropyl alcohol. ISO. I'm going to call it ISO alcohol from now on. So put that, give it a little bit of a tap on here, get any extra alcohol out. Put the lid down. check this side, make sure everything's happy on this side, because you might get a little bit of runoff like we have. Got a little bit of runoff of flux. And just give this side a bit of a clean, a bit of a dry up as well. Alright, so let's have a look. Go on this side. So that's looking good. That's just the ink off the off those stickers. They don't like to be in contact with isopropyl alcohol. And now it's stained by a nice looking chip. There we go. We'll check this Wi-Fi antenna, make sure that's looking alright, which it is. It just came off, so I just popped it back on. Okay, well, let's stick it back in the housing and see how we go for Wi-Fi. See if we get our Wi-Fi back. I'm hoping we do, because if we don't, I'm going to have to go looking. I'll probably pull the chip off and then start looking at diode reading measurements and seeing what's normal, what's not normal, and go from there. Come on, up you come. God. Click those into place, click that into place, put our antenna in for our 3G, 4G, stick our screen on. Okay. Oh, it's got no power. Let's have a look. So now we've got our Apple logo. It was dead before I started. I think it's got a bad battery. Oh, forgot to plug the battery in. That's probably why. Alright, so now it should turn on. Okay, there we go. So we're hoping to see Wi-Fi. So that would be good to see Wi-Fi, because that means that the job is done and we have a happy customer with Wi-Fi. So yeah, hopefully this fixes it, and if it does fix it, you know what to do with the Wi-Fi on an iPhone 6G. All right, so we're booted up. Big test. Have we got Wi-Fi? Doesn't look like it. As it's taken too long to get into settings. No, still no Wi-Fi. I wonder if it's the Wi-Fi I see I put on. If it's a bad IC, I got them new. It's definitely not happy. Alright, well, I think I know what I'm going to do. I don't trust those ICs, so I'm going to take it apart again, because we've got no Wi-Fi and it's still locking up, which it normally does. I'm going to take that Wi-Fi chip off, and I'm going to put another one on. I'm going to grab one off a donor board, to be honest. What have we got here? I thought I ordered a whole heap of... Let me double check the ICs. I thought I ordered a whole heap of them, but... Oh, I did. Oh, there I was using the old ones. Oh, there's a stack of them. So I got new ICs here. Oh, that's handy. I'll whack it straight on. These ICs here I bought from a place on AliExpress called Jetstar or Jetstar. Garbage. Reballed, or I don't know what's wrong. Haven't had very good luck with them. So let's pull this one off and put a new one on and see what happens. And then if that doesn't happen, I'm going to have some dinner. That is not my board. That is the donor board. I'm going to have some dinner and come back to this. So let's put some heat sinks down. Let's whack this one off. Alright, let's pull that one off. I'm just going to run along with the you can see a cap there that's gone missing from its pad. So I might just grab that cap first before I do anything and put it back. I think it came off when I pulled the chip off. It moved itself. So let's just put him back. a little bit of solder. Come on, little fella. Give me some joy. Yes, there we go. Finally. Okay. Now clean this back up. Looks a bit messy under there because of the flux, but okay. Give it a clean up now. Ready for the new IC. So if this doesn't work, because I trust these ICs where they come from, I would start looking elsewhere. Thinking that it might be something something on the board that's not an IC, an IC chip or something like that. More like not sure. Something, I went over and checked the values. I'm just putting it back to the IC, but we will see. This is the game we play. This is where all the fun happens. Okay. How's this IC look? Amazingly flat. That looks alright. It looks very doable. Let's stick it on. Alright. Looks good. Let's give it a little clean. Take a look at it again quickly. Make sure it's down. Yeah, it's definitely down. It's definitely down there. You can see there. Looks good. Nice and flat. Alright, let's try it again. And if this doesn't work, guys, I'm going to get something to eat. Might even go watch some TV. And come back to this one. You know, this is the thing, it does happen. It's and it happens all the time. You don't always get a perfect job. It's kind of good that it did happen, because you don't always get a perfect job the first time around. Everyone says, oh, you know, you make it look so easy, or it's it came together straight away the first time. Yeah, not always. So let's have a look again. Cross fingers. Come on, Mr. Apple. Show me some Wi-Fi love. It's taking a while to boot up. Still no Wi-Fi, so it has a problem somewhere. I might just still hasn't got Wi-Fi, so I might just try and get into settings and give it a reset. Reset the Wi-Fi. See if that sorts it. Problem is it takes a while to get into the settings. Just completely. Whenever it doesn't have a Wi-Fi, it always freaks out. Goes to a white screen, doesn't let you into settings, and then eventually it does let you into settings. So we just gotta wait for it now. I'm at 4%. Come on. Does not want to get into settings at all. Let's give it some power before it shuts down. Still not doing anything. Still won't let me get in there. Not happy. Not happy, Jan. Let's just give it a DFU. Let's just give it a DFU. Has it got an account attached to it? No, it's not happy about what's going on. Let's just DFU it. Alright, so we're going to DFU it. Anytime now. Here we go. Oh, look, no bar anymore. Say hello to us. Say hello, little iPhone. Hello, hello. Alright, what have we got? Have we got any Wi-Fi? Setting language. Choose Wi-Fi. So we've got no Wi-Fi. CPU is getting pretty warm though. There's something getting hot in there. So I'll just get through all this. The phone's getting pretty hot. Oh yeah, she's getting hot. Ooh. So still got no Wi-Fi. And we've got no Wi-Fi address. And the phone's getting really warm now. So alright. So that didn't fix that. So let's do something else. Why not? So I'm thinking about using the thermal camera just for a second to see what if the heat comes from anywhere around the Wi-Fi. Just for a little bit of fun and a bit of test. Just see if we can get anything. So I might peel that sticker back. Okay, and I'm gonna turn me thermal camera on. I'm gonna grab my 6G squid. Okay, I'm gonna plug in. Okay, so I'm not using any amps when it's on, that's good. Let's just have a little look under here. And see if we can get any action out of this. So let's turn it on. So we've now turned on the phone. So the CPU is heating up from the other side massively, but quite normal actually. So it's still the CPU, it's only 39 degrees. Yeah, it's looking quite normal on the power supply. Alright, let's turn that off. Let's take that Wi-Fi IC off and let's get some values. And see what the hell is going on here. I wonder if it's I wonder if it's this little fella here. Had him go bad once before. Let's just take some values. Let's just pop it there for a second. Give it a reflow, pop it up there. It looked a little bit low. Just want to see what happens now with it. I'm not expecting it to change anything. But it was looking a touch low. I wouldn't expect that to make that much of a difference, but you never know. Let's cool it down. No. Well, there's one cable that gets caught, isn't there? Screen. Yeah, if this doesn't sort it, the Wi-Fi will be coming off, and we'll be checking some values and seeing if we're getting any bad values on some of those lines. So just wait for this to boot up again. So no, same deal. Exactly the same. No Wi-Fi. Let's see if we have an address. I don't think we will. No, it spazzes out there. You can see there I pushed it out, but it still sits there. Alright. Gotta try these things, because you'd be surprised. Sometimes it's not what you think it is. I'll tell you what, I wonder if those pads actually made the grade or not. I don't reckon they did. Some of those pads down there don't even look like they've been touched. Look at that. I'm going to reball this and stick it back down. And while I'm there, so let's reball for a second time. And reseat it. check the values beforehand. I might check some values. And there I was thinking this would be a nice short video. Oh, well, it's good to have you guys company anyway. Have your company while I do this. Okay. Alright. Waiting to dry, waiting to dry. Dry. Okay. Let's go for number 3, eh? Actually, should we check some values first? I think a good idea. Let's check some values first before we put that on. So then if the values are there, then we're in trouble. Because we've done all we can do for this little iPhone. So let's check ZXW. So 437, 350. How can I do this so I can have it on both screens? Oh, I could probably pop that over like that and that like that. Oh. Could work. Nope, that's not going to work. Oh, you'll just have to take my word for it. So we're just going to do some checks on what the values of the diode mode should be. I'll run through them with you. So yeah, definitely some of those didn't touch. So we're going to go, what are we going to go? We're going to go 437 for 480, 336, 350, 337. So that's all good. Okay, 438, 480, 437, 480, 480, that's good. And 480, 545. Oh, aha. There is our problem right there. We've got a partial short on that line. And the one next to it. Is that because I'm touching that? Let's have a look. Oh no, it's because I was touching that. Okay. So there you go. I think Jason from SDS said that's conductive. And it sure is. Let's get rid of that. Over there. Stay over here, mofo. So let's have a look. So we got 589, so 545, 476, and 438, 480, 480, 480, 480, 480, 480, 480, and that one's ground, and then 507, 547, that's correct. So down this side, I don't think we checked. Ground, 480, 480, 480, 437, 479. That one's 437. Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, that one. That's right. Okay, let's check down the bottom here. That's ground. 480. So you can see it. 480. 590. Next one's going to be quite high. Yeah, it won't read that one. 590. And then 437. Yep. Down the bottom, we got 350. Yep, 330. 330. And 330. Or 350, 350, 350. That's ground, that one. 542. And 480. 430. What's that one? That's 530. Oh, that one's a bit high. That's high. 750. And it's supposed to be 531. That's 750. And then NC. Hang on. What's going on here? 540. 480, 430, 750, 531, 750, 526, 480, 439, that's right. NC not connected. And then that one is 540, so that's correct. So these two here, they seem a bit high. So where do these go? These two. Is it these two? I think it was those two. No, it was the third one. Third and fourth. Third and fourth. So third and fourth. Yeah, third. So where does he go? Oh, he goes to U2201. U2201. That I see there. So what is that? That U2201. So let's have a quick look at what that is. God damn it, you didn't see any of that. Sorry guys. U2201, iPhone 6. So I'll go back and show you what I was doing. Data processor. Never seen a data processor before. Okay. Anyway, that's where it goes to. So I'll show you. So these ones here, pins 3 and 4 are supposed to be 531 and 531 or something, going to Oscar. So if we go back to the readings on here, I get 750 and 750, and that's quite a difference there. That's not a normal difference. So that's actually quite a difference. You know, they're not normally that high. So I'm going to stick this chip down, and then I'm going to look at this little fella. If we don't have any luck with the Wi-Fi, this one's coming up. I'm going to peel that sticker back, because I believe it might even be that IC causing the no Wi-Fi. Because those are the only two. There's the only two values that seem quite high and different. And that is the wrong way up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it here on that line there. I get my coins. The coins here. I'm going to give it a quick heat on where that line is, which is right here. Hey, beautiful. Alright. So that the scratch line, that's what I'll line it up with. Alright. So this could either work or it could be that IC. not sure if you said what would you put your money on? I wouldn't be sure what it would be. All I know is that I'm sick of seeing this phone. And I want to move on to the next one because I have a stack of phones to do. This battery is shocking. Okay. Alright, so I've moved it. I thought I bumped that chip. I've bumped the Wi-Fi chip and created a short. See that? Big old fat short. That was from me hitting the Wi-Fi chip. I thought I got away with it. See that? Beep 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 beep. Needs to come off again. And I need to clean up, reball it again. So I'll probably end up fast forwarding this bit. Oh, no short. Is the short gone away now? There's no short under there. Short's gone away now. Well, that's interesting. Is there any shorted pads under here? No. So why am I getting a short when that chip goes on there? Let's check it, stick it back on there. So we get the short come back. Now we got no short. No idea what happened there. Just let that cool down a second and put it in the buffer, the vacuum, the smoke exhaust remover. Okay, clean it up. Let's see if our short's there again. No, it's not there. Let's see if we put power onto it, it likes it. Alright, now it likes it. So we've got, I know that the power will work. Let's just power it on here. Oh no, let's put it in the housing. Let's do it so you can see. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'll probably end up doing a part 2 to this because I've got to get some food. Let's just put it under there. See the Apple logo? Ooh, some Apple goodness. Alright, here we go. Do we have Wi-Fi? Oh, look at that. We have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is back up and running. Trolled by myself. Beautiful. Well, actually that IC. So the IC was bad. The second IC I put on it. And then the third time was I went off with the factory reballing and didn't cut the grade, so the solder wasn't big enough to then grab onto the board and make connection. So that's what happened. That's why it didn't work that time. But we can see there now we've got that. And if we go into our we've got our Bluetooth. So our Bluetooth turned on. Let's have a look. Yep, got our Bluetooth address as well. So you see that. There's our Bluetooth and Wi-Fi address. So that's all working. So happy days. Alright, this was a big one and I'm over it. So it's been an hour and 45 minutes and there we go. So that's how you diagnose and repair a Wi-Fi IC on a iPhone 6. So those values on, I think it was Oscar. Let's have a look. It was Oscar and yeah, Oscar and Context. For me, they were a bit high, but they must be working fine. So that's all good. Thanks very much for watching. Like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. See you later, guys.